Morning guys, in today's video I'm going to go over the news for today and also technical analysis for USD CAD, GBPUSD, EURUSD and gold to see direction for today and also see direction potentially for the week. We're going to look at how news is going to potentially affect today as well. We do actually have China news at 11 a.m. Dubai time, which is in about an hour and 40 minutes. And we've also got CAD's news, high impact news, 4:30 p.m. today. And what else have we got? We've got inflation rate year on year. We've got core inflation rate year on year as well for CAD, and then we've got some news, USD news, which isn't really going to affect too much. That's also 4:30 p.m. And yeah, that's basically all of the news for today. So let's quickly jump into that. Then let's jump into the technical side of things. Let's look at some direction, see if we can find any setups potentially for today. So today, the main news that I'm looking at is the Canadian inflation data, which could create a big move on USD CAD. Now, if Canadian CPI comes in hotter than expected, that should ultimately strengthen the Canadian dollar. So I'll be looking for USD CAD shorts. Now, if you're in my community, you would have seen over the last couple of months, I've been shorting USD CAD quite a bit. And I think we're on like a 95% hit rate on short and USD CAD. We've been just opening multiple shorts on the way down, which has worked massively in our favor. If inflation comes in weaker, CAD should sell off, which could potentially see USD CAD come in higher, in which case we'll flip it, we'll look for an opportunity there. Now the CAD news itself shouldn't have a major direct impact on GBPUSD, EURUSD or gold. For those I'm mainly watching the US dollar. Now the dollar started off a bit weaker after US retail sales, but if the dollar suddenly strengthens, I'll flip that bias and basically look for a downside on GBPUSD and EURUSD with a bit of pressure on gold. So today I'm mainly focusing on USD CAD. And yeah, we'll see what happens in news. Obviously, I'm not going to trade it around news, but I'll see if we can find a potential opportunity before, and then we'll look to see what happens after for direction, see how the news plays out, and then we'll look for opportunities after the news today at 4:30 p.m. for CAD. Okay, guys, let's jump into the 4-hour chart for CAD. As you can see previously, we hit this trade here, this one over here, this one here, and this one there, and that one, and also that one. USD CAD has been going very, very well. I think I've had like one loss out of a bunch of trades. They're not actually all on this chart. I've got another chart as well. All right, so where are we at for today so far? So as you can see, we've had a breaker structure, fallen to downside. We're currently below both EMAs. We've had a golden cross here, which shows we're in a bearish momentum at the moment, hence why we've been basically shorting all the way down there, and small pump up there, small pump up there, short down here, and then continue to the downside. Now, what I'm looking at for today is I think news will potentially affect it a bit, but let's see what happens with news. But we are below the equilibrium, we are below the EMAs, we do have a weak high up there, which means we're going to head up at some point, but I still think we have a lot more room to the downside. I'm looking at potentially 1.36640 roughly, maybe even a bit further down, but obviously we don't go down a straight line. We're typically go down, head up a bit, go down, head up a bit, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for shorts on USD CAD today after news, potentially seeing how it plays out. Currently oversold on the RSI, currently sitting at 25. So I think we do have to have kind of a wick up, and that might be around news or during news. So I'm just going to wait to see how that plays out. But yeah, then I'll be looking for shorts maybe around previous breaker structure. What we typically do, and this does happen a lot, is when we do have a breaker structure or change of character, we'll typically go up, meet it, or go up slightly further, and then we continue to fall back. So my only concern with opening the short before we go up is I think we're going to potentially head back up, fill the breaker structure there. We've got breaker structure here, breaker structure there. This one's been filled. This one, we have a massive gap here. So I think we're going to come up, fill that, and then basically continue to drop to the downside for USD CAD. Okay, next one, GBPUSD. As you can see, we've had a massive change of character here. We've came back, we've then headed back up to the upside, and we seem to be kind of like ranging at the moment between here and around these levels there. So we've got a lot of sideways movement at the moment. Now, what I'm looking at for today is we are currently above the EMAs. We have had a little golden cross here. However, we've been kind of floating in between it. which I'm not really super bullish on. I am looking for longs at the moment. We do have a weak high here. Next level of resistance is up here. So I am potentially looking for a pump on GBP CAD today, but we'll see how it plays out. We do have a fair value gap down here. We do have a strong low. Potentially go up slightly, start headed back down, and just kind of continue ranging for GBP USD. Okay, Euro USD. This is one I'll probably be sitting out of today, just so I want to see direction. Now I'm on the daily chart for GBP USD, and as you can see, we're floating in between the EMAs. We've had a lot of sideways movement, so we've obviously got support here, support there, support there, support there. We have had a change of character, break of structure to downside. We do have a strong high up here, which indicates we're going to potentially continue like to the downside. Obviously, we've got a double bottom there. We're starting to raise back up. But if we just zoom out slightly on Euro USD, this is obviously the daily chart here. We have had a high here, lower highs, and then we got higher lows here. So I just really want to see direction. I think we could potentially come back down, and then we start breaking out to the upside. But until we really start to see direction for Euro USD, I'm not really going to be entering into any trades. I just want to see how the dollar does today as well. We do have a weak high up here. However, we do have a lot of resistance up there. We've got a bit of support here, but then we have a fair value gap. And as you can see, we're currently floating in between the EMAs as well. So I just want to wait for direction, wait for confirmation. We are currently oversold on the RSI. And yeah, let's wait for news, see what happens with Euro USD, wait for a setup, confirmation, and then we'll be entering a trade. Okay, now let's jump into the gold chart. Now, currently on the daily chart for gold, as you can see, we've been in a downtrend since 29th of January. We have actually broken out that trend, but we are floating in between the EMAs. Got rejected a number of times off the equilibrium for the last, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We do have some fair value gaps here, which gold tends to come back and fill at a later date. It doesn't necessarily do it anytime soon. Currently overbought on the on the RSI 66.12. So I'm looking for a potential pullback on gold for continuation to the upside, because we have broken out here. What we typically do is come back, retest these levels here, and then continue to the upside. Now, if we jump on the 4-hour, in terms of fundamentals and news and economy, I'm quite bullish on gold. In terms of TA on slightly bigger time frame, I'm looking for a nice pullback and then continuation to the upside. Today, gold is looking quite bullish. As you can see, we're on the 4-hour, been heading up. We are hitting into some resistance at the moment. We do have some support levels. We have had a change of character, which has now been filled, which indicates we'll potentially fall back to the downside, retest, and then move sideways. So gold could be just kind of choppy sideways movement today. That's kind of what I'm seeing for gold. But as soon as we have news, as soon as we get some confirmation and direction, then we will be looking for an opportunity on gold. So guys, that's just a quick one for today's video, just in terms of news and pairs I'm looking at for this week. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. If you want to start trading, join my free public channel on Telegram. The link is in the video description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.